Hello guys, this is Shekar. Now I am going to show you how we can create views on database and what is the need of view in a database. I will show you. Just observe my screen. So yeah, this is the definition of a view. A view is an object. A view in the database is an object. It is like a table. So it is also called as a virtual table in the database. These views are also called as a virtual tables in the database. Actually, what is the mean of virtual table means? It is the image. So let us assume our body is like a physical body. Whenever you see your body in inside the mirror, then that image is called a virtual body. So that is the meaning of virtual. So here this view is also called as a virtual table in the database. So a virtual table means it is like an image of a basic table, right? So since it is a virtual table, so it is just a image. That's why it physically cannot store any data and doesn't occupy any memory in the database. So if you see, if you take any table, it will store the data and it will occupy some memory in the database. But when it comes to a view, it cannot store that data and it doesn't occupy any memory in the database. So why it is behaving like that means it is just a image. That means it is a virtual table. That is why it is not going to occupy any data and it doesn't occupy any memory in the database. So the advantage of a view is under this page is it provides a high security to the user to access the required data. So it will gives the provides means gives it gives a high security to the user to access the required data from a particular table of the database. So whenever that means whenever a user wants to access or retrieve or to get a particular row from a particular table, so this you can is going to be going to be give a high security to the user to access the particular data of a particular table. So whenever a user is going to insert, that means whenever a user is going to enter the enter the data, that means a values into a particular table, then these views will check whether it is satisfying the data integrity rule or not. So here we need to know about the data integrity. Data integrity means whether our entering values are valid values or not. It will going to check. Suppose we need to enter some name having 10 characters, but the user is going to enter only 9 characters. Then that situations our nine characters name is not going to be allowed into a particular table. That means it will going to check whether the entering values are valid or not. That is mean by the uh, data integrity. So whenever a user is going to enter, that means inserting the values into a particular table, then this then these views will check whether it is satisfying the data integrity rule or not. And the third point of the advantage are a view can reduces the complexity in the query. Complexity means it seems to be very hard and getting confusing to access the data. So it will a view can reduces that confusion in the query to the user. That means if let us assume that if you have a large table having large number of rows and large number of columns, in that situations a user wants to retrieve some particular row from that large number of rows in a large table. So in that situations a view can use to reduce the complexity in the query to give more comfortability to the user. So that is the these are the uses of advantages of a view. Then see the types of views. The types of views. There are two types of views are there in the database. So first one is a simple views. Second one is a complex views. Complex views. So now we are discussing the simple views in this session. So just see the definition under the simple views. Whenever we are creating a view to access the required data from a particular table, from a single base table, then these are called as a simple views. Whenever we are going to create a view on a single base table, then only it is called as a simple views. So when it comes to complex views, a view can be created on multiple tables is called complex views. So this is the definitions of a simple views and the complex views. Now we are going to discuss about only the simple views in this session, because this is the lengthy topic. I will split this topic into two parts. That is why I'm going to deal with only simple views. Just see my screen. The syntax for the view is create view. Syntax for view is create view, and now we need to mention view name. After creating view space, we need to mention a view name, and select star from whatever that where do you want to create your view on a particular base table. Then you need to mention the base table name as select star from base table name, and here you need to mention the where condition if required. So where condition is a optional thing. If you want to mention, you can mention, otherwise no need. It depends upon the required condition of a user to retrieve the particular details. So it is the optional thing in simple views. So the next we need to know the DML operations, through a view. So there are three types of DML operations in the database, Oracle database. So just see these three types. So whenever a user is going to perform, that means whenever a user is going to apply the DML operations that are insert or delete or update through a view onto the basic particular base table, then view can internally perform those DML operations onto the table. So whenever the user is going to performing these three DML operations through a view, then a view can internally perform these three operations onto the base table. So here we observe here a view is acts as an interface between user and a base table. So generally these views are acts as an interface between the user and the base table. Interface meaning in what is the meaning of interface means in computer terminology. The interface meaning is a mediator. Interface meaning is a mediator. Mediator is nothing but interface in the computer language. So a view can act as a mediator between the user and the base table. Let us see some of the examples to understand this views concept in Oracle database. So for that purpose, we need to connect to the database through the SQL Plus tool. So I got connected to the SQL Plus. I entered to the SQL Plus. I just want to clear the screen to understand briefly to this concepts to how we can create views on the Oracle database. Let us clear the screen. So now I have created already two tables for you guys. That is course table and student table. These are the two tables I have created for you guys to understand how we can create these views on a database. Just see these two tables. I want to retrieve the details of these two tables. First I want to see the details, whatever the details are there in the student table I want to fetch now. So for that purpose we have this query. We know very well that query select star from student name means student table. I need to know about the student table, that's why I'm giving the table name is student. So this the query is select star from student, and I'm going to see the result. Yeah, here student table is having 3 columns and 3 rows. So now I'm going to create a view on this student table. For that purpose I'm going to creating a view. Create a view. Create view. View name is according to our view syntax. Create view. After that, view name is let's take the name can be in any form. It is like it is a user defined. If you want to give any type of name, but they should be in characters only. So you can give any type of view name for the particular table. So I'm going to give S1. SV is a simple view. No? So I'm going to create a SV view on the base table as select star from. As for the syntax of view, select star from base table name is student. So I have created a view SV on the base table student. So let us see what are the details are there in the SV image. That means the SV is the image of the student table. Let us see the details. What are the details are there in the SV image? That means what are the details are there in the virtual table SV. So for that purpose, we need to open the SV table, virtual table. So as like the student table details, it is also having the similar data. So it is having the data, but it cannot store any of these 3 rows of the data, because it is a virtual table, and this SV view doesn't occupies any memory in the database, because this is the virtual table. That means it is just like a image of the student table. So it cannot store any data, and it doesn't occupies any memory in this database. So this is the meaning of the view. Similarly, if you want to create a view on course table, so you can create. So first of all, we need to know how many records and how many columns are there in the course table. For that purpose, I'm opening course table here. Just see the result. So here course table is also having 3 columns and 3 rows. So for that purpose, I need to create again another view on this course table, for according to our syntax of the view to create. So create a view, create view, and I'm mentioning the view name is here. So SV1. First of all, I need to delete SV1 if there already. So I need to drop SV1 if SV1 view is already is there in the Oracle database. We need to drop before we are going to creating this SV1. So I need to drop this SV1 view from the database. So view SV1 view is dropped. I had created this SV1 in few months back. That's why I dropped from this SV1 from the database. Now I'm clear the screen. So I'm clearing the screen. Now I just clear the screen, and now again I want to see the course table details. For that purpose, I'm using select star from course. So here we have 3 columns and 3 rows. Now I'm going to create a SV1 view according to the view syntax. I'm going to follow this syntax. Create view. That name is I'm going to give the name of the view is SV1. On which table I'm going to create? On course table. Now I'm going to create this view S1 on course table. So for that, according to the syntax, to create the view is as select star from the basic table name means. Here basic table name means course is the basic table. So let us see here SV1 view is created. Let us see the how many records are there in the SV1 view. Select star from SV1. So these are the records and the columns are there in the SV1 view. So it is almost too similar to the base table course, because it is the image of course table. It is the view. It is a view means it is a virtual table. That means it is a image of course table. It is like a image of course table. It is like a image in the mirror of a course table. It is like a mirror in the image of the course table. That is why it is not going to be store any data in the Oracle database, and doesn't occupy any memory in the Oracle database, because it is the virtual table, because it is the image in the mirror of the course table. So that's why these are the concept of view in the Oracle database. So according to our view definition, if you want to perform the DML operations, insert, delete and update commands by using insert and delete, update, DML operations. So whenever a user is going to perform, that means apply these EML operations through a view onto the basic table. So a view can internally perform those DML operations to the base table directly. So here a view acts as an interface between a user and base table. That means here a view acts as a mediator between user and the interface. Let us see how we are going to perform the DML operations through a view to the base table means. For that purpose, I just want to clear the screen. So here we have the student table. Now I want to fetch the student table records. And I want to see the details in the image of student table. That means I want to see the records in the virtual table of student. So I just created a virtual table for the student is SV. So I need to open the SV table. So this is the image of the SV is the table of virtual table having the it is the image of the student table. So now I am going to do the operations like update, delete and insert operations on this through this SV view onto the base table. So for that purpose, now I am going to insert one row into the base table using this image, this SV image, this SV virtual image, this SV virtual table. So for that purpose, I am going to use the insert command of the DML operation. For that DML operation, so here we have the inserting command. How we are going to use the insert command of the DML operation in this database. So whenever a user wants to insert some values into a base table using the view, so you can see my query how we are going to insert the particular values into the table whenever the user is going to add one more row to the basic table using this SV a virtual table. Let's see my query. How I am going to write the query is insert into SV values 1024 and the name is Shekar. I am adding one more row to the base table through the SV1 virtual table. So I need to mention CID is 50. So insert into I had mistake in the sorry. I did a spelling mistake here. CLR SCR. Again I want to show what are the details. Some student table. If you did any spelling mistake, you may face the error. You may face to get the errors in the Oracle database. That's why you need to check the spellings before run the query. So I did a mistake here. So that's why I'm again opening the both virtual table and the base table of the student. So now I'm going to open the virtual. That means the image of the student table. That means image name is SV. That means image means view. So this is the image of the student table. So I need to enter. I need to add a one more to the. I need to add a one more row to this base table. That means I need to add one more row to the student table by using the this image table. By using this image table, that means by using this virtual table, now I am going to add another row to the student table. So for that I'm going to use insert command of the DML operations. So how I am going to use this insert command in Oracle SQL Oracle. So insert into by using image name is by using virtual table name is SV insert into SV values are I'm going to give 50 as I'm going to give 1024 is the student ID number and the student name is Shekar. And I am giving some course ID is 50. So I'm going to run this query. I'm checking the spellings. If I get any errors, if I did any mistake, I will get the errors. That's why I'm checking the errors. Insert into SV values 1024. The name is Shekar and the CID is 50. Okay. So one row is created onto this base table using this SV. So let us see the details. What are the details? What are the records in a student table now? Because we have created another row to the student table now. That's why now I want to see what are the records now there in student table. That's why I'm using the query. And one more time, I want to open the student table details. Yeah, let us see. So we can't directly enter the Shekar's information to this student by using SV table only. We can enter this. We enter to the we can enter the fourth row of the student table. So this is the concept of view. Let us say the what are the records are there in view also. Select star from SV. Yeah. So in it is the image of the student table now. Now student table is having 4 rows. Firstly at beginning it is having 3 rows and the image is also having 3 rows. But after adding one row through the image table to the base table, then base table is having 4 rows. Similarly, SV is the image now. SV is the virtual table of the student table now. That is why your SV table is also having the new row. That's why it is also having the 4 rows by using this view. This is the views concept for using the insert operation of a DML operation. So by using another 2 more commands, that means update and delete commands of a DML operations. Whenever a user is going to use that update and command operations, user is going to use that update and command operation, then view can internally performs those operations to the base table. So that's why it is a mediator between the user and the base table. Now I'm going to show you how we can use this DML operations by using the update command to update something some record update to update some record in the student table by using the virtual table of the student table. So I need to clear the screen to understand that the concept. So I want to see the student table details. What are the records are there in the student table? That is why I'm using to know the details of the student table. I'm using the query is select star from student. I need to again I want to see the image of the student table is that means physically this image is not going to be appeared in the database. So I want to see the image of the student table. That means select star from image name. That means virtual table name is SV. So I'm going to open a SV table. This is also having 4 rows and 3 columns. It is just the image of student table. It is just the image of students table. Now I'm going to use the update command to update some row in the base table by using the virtual table SV. So let us see. For that purpose, I'm using the query is by using the DML command. DML operation is delete from SV. I want to delete one record from the SV. So by defaultly it is also going to delete one record from the base table by using this SV virtual table. So now I want to delete one record from the SV virtual table. Just see my screen how I am going to delete one row from the SV table. So for that purpose I am using the query is delete from SV. I am giving where condition. Because in our definition of in our syntax of the view, we can see we can see our syntax of that view. Create view name as select star from the basic table name, and if required you need to mention the where condition. Now I am requiring this where condition and delete command of the DML operation. So for deleting one row from a base table by using this virtual table, now I'm mentioning where condition. Now I need the use of this where condition here. So I'm mentioning where CID is equals to 50. So now I'm going to delete the Shekar row because I'm mentioning 50. Now I'm going to delete the record who is having CID is 50. So that row is going to be deleted from the base table by using virtual table SV. So by using this delete command of a DML operation, I'm going to delete the CID value 50th total row from the base table by using this virtual table. So I'm going to see the result by using this query is. So one row is deleted. Let us observe what will be happened in the resultant output. Just see once again. I want to open the base table. So base table name is student. So one row has been deleted by using this virtual table SV by using the DML command in this query, and I used the where condition because I need that where condition. Without giving any where condition, we can't delete any particular row from the base table by using this virtual table. So I need to update one row. I need to update one row in the above base table by using this virtual table SV. So we need to see the last command of a DML operation. The another command in the DML operation is. So we have seen how we can insert and how we can delete one row from a particular base table by using a virtual table of a base table. So we have seen this too, and now we are going to see this update command of a DML operations to update one row of the base table by using its virtual table. For that, just see my screen how I am going to update one record of a base table by using the virtual table. So just see my screen. Now I'm just clearing the screen to understand easily. So again I want to open the details of the base table. Here base table name is students. So now this base table is having 3 rows and 3 columns. So I want to see the image of the student table is, and the image name is SV. I want to see the details. What are the details are there in the image of student table, and the image name is SV. So I need to open the this SV image to know the details of SV image of the student base table. So here it is the image of student table. No? That is why all the records of a student table, all the columns of a student table are there in SV also. So I need to use the update command. I need to use the update command of a DML operation. DML operation to use DML operation onto the base table. So when a user is going to update any row by using through a view, then this view is going to perform the TML operation directly onto the base table. So here also a view is acts as a mediator between the user and base table. Let us see how I am going to use this update command to update one row from base table through a virtual table. So let us see let's see the query for that the use of update command of a DML operation. So now I'm using the query is to update one row from the base table. Update which table we are going to update. SV table. Update SV set CID set s name is equal to Raj. I'm giving I'm mentioning where condition where CID is 30, CID is 10. Or you can give not only we need not to give only CID. You can use another SID also. In where condition you can also give SID also, where SID is equal to 1021. You can also give SID number. You can also mention any number of any name of the column in where condition. That's not the matter here. So now I am using SID is equal to 1021, and this query is going to update one record of the base table. One record, that means SID is equal to 1021 record I am going to update from the student table. Let us see how we can update by using this query. To update we are going to update one row from the student table using this virtual table SV. So let us see the output. So one row is updated. Again you just see the how many records are there in the student table, and what are the records I want to know. For that purpose I want to open again the details of students. So yeah, I got changed the Sai name. I got changed the Sai name with Raju name. Where SID is equal to 1021. So these are the details are there in the student table, and if you want to see the image of the student table after updating after we updating this row, we are having the Raju name instead of Sai name. So if you want to see the virtual table, that means if you want to see the image of this student table, and you can also see the details of image table, that means virtual table, and here also getting the same result as yeah, here also we are getting the same result, because why? Since it is just a image of the student table. Now student table is having the 3 columns and 3 rows, and one new row is there instead of old row having the Sai is the name. Now we are having the Raju is the new name. That record is there as like this base table, student table. Similarly, our view table, that means the image of the student table, is also having the 3 columns and 3 rows, and having the new name instead of Sai name, that is the Raju's record is there. So this is the concept of views, how these views are going to be used by the user. So this is the concept of simple views in Oracle database. So thank you so much guys. In next session we will going to discuss about complex views. We are going to discuss about complex views. So this is the This is a little complicated topic. That's why I split this topic into two ways, so two sessions. So thank you guys. Thank you so much.